I'm Clancy Dawson, and I work for Become Charity, leading on our Propel Into Work programme, which supports care experienced young people up to age 27 towards jobs and apprenticeships. So I'm Senior Advice and Support Officer is my role. Become is an amazing charity that supports children and young people that are in care or are care leavers up to the age of 27 with free services including coaching, our care advice line, support with applying to college, university and support applying for jobs and apprenticeships. You might hear about us through your social worker or your foster carer or your college or university, wherever you are. And you may even hear about us on social media. We have LinkedIn, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, so you can follow us. A lot of the challenges that care experienced young people face will be challenges that all young people face, but it's just more exacerbated. Often not having, appropriate professional clothing to feel confident in an interview, not being sort of fixed in the same place, so it being quite difficult to actually apply for jobs because you don't really know where you're going to be, and also things like lacking confidence or not having the self-esteem perhaps to be able to talk confidently in an interview about yourself and your skills and your experiences, which just comes with practice, honestly.
I've got a little part-time job at home in McDonald's, not the most glamorous job, but it pays. I've been working that job since I was 17. I just kind of went on my own and did that, just sitting on Indeed the minute I turned 16, and I was like, right, I can work now, time to get some money in. And it was like a whole year of applying to places, and it's just rejection after rejection. So it was very, very time consuming.
A lot of young people feel very behind, especially if they've had disruption in their education or, they've arrived in the UK. And I think there is this real sort of feeling that there's a timeline that people should take. And if you're not following that, then you're doing something wrong. So, I think that there's often more pressure on care experienced young people.
It was very demanding, and before that I hadn't had a lot of experience with being in a fast-paced work environment. Because I was already 20 when I got my first job, I was very much judged by a couple of the co-workers. I remember one of them called me sheltered, and I was like, you literally don't know anything about what I've had happen. I don't think I told them that I was a care leaver.
And I also think that sometimes care experienced young people are worried about sharing their care experience or people finding out that they're care experienced, because there is still, unfortunately, stigma exists, in the workplace and things like that. Although I would say that a lot of employers are taking real active steps to diversify their workforce. So they're sort of asking if you're care experienced on the form, and I would recommend considering ticking that box if it's there. So if you're not able to start working immediately, be looking for any opportunities to sort of develop in any way you can, whether it's volunteering, whether it's, joining clubs, things like cadets, which really demonstrate, commitment and discipline and, or boxing, things like that, because you can extract transferable skills from literally anything that you do if you've got childcare responsibilities, whatever it is, but just make sure you're doing something. If you can't do in-person work experience, there are free online work experience modules with a website called SpringPod. Practice speaking on the phone, practice answering your phone in a professional way, making sure you've got a professional email address. Keep a really open mind. You literally never know where you're going to end up.
I also do have a job on campus as well, so employed by the uni, and it's a student ambassador role, and that basically takes students from underrepresented backgrounds, so ethnic minority groups, certain religious groups, sexualities, disabilities, care leavers. They basically send out an email to those students and invite you to apply for the student ambassador role. And what you do with that is quite a versatile job, I would say. You can do tours around the uni and doing open days and stuff like that, and you get paid really well to do it.
So much help at University of Sussex with careers advisors, and there's so many courses and just people that you can go speak to. Biggest bit of advice in that sense, if you are looking to get a job straight after, experience on your CV is going to help. Having a degree is great, but you need to elevate yourself a little bit more in order to stand out.
Try and speak to as many people doing different kinds of careers as you can, whether it's through one of our, programs through Propel Into Work, where we can kind of link you with organisations and people that do different jobs, or just, going down to the library, just getting really comfortable with asking for help, and also being comfortable accepting help, because I think, for lots of care experienced young people who've had lots of people involved in their lives, social workers, key workers, virtual school teachers, all these people, having influence, can be a bit reluctant to then accept help. It's like, no, I'm doing it, I'm on my own, let's go. But yeah, keep asking for help, keep accepting help from people like us, because we can link you with things that will help you progress.